Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. Cooper Barnes here. Today we're going over another review. I did do this the other day, but we're going over the Object 279. In today's review of it, I'm going to be going over more of how does this tank perform as an update to how it performs as comparison to a lot of BR. I will go over a little bit of it this first though. You know, this thing being 8.7 now, it's not as competitive because there's APF SDS in pretty much every round you play. You're playing with premium tanks most of the time, and you know, this tank really I believe just belongs at 8.3. I mean, it's not being as abused as it used to be, but I don't know. On the marketplace, you know, you can see right here the tank is, I believe, dropped a little bit. Yeah, it's $69. It used to be, I think, for $75 was the peak of it for a few weeks, and then it went away. So yeah, so the good thing about this tank is you have that 363 millimeters of armor penetration with that good shell that does 363 by 292 by 124 millimeters of penetration, which means that pretty much anything you hit is just going to go bye-bye in the first shot if you get a good shot. The downsides about it is, well, armor. Sadly, armor. Which is why I've really asked why Gadget even spent the time in making this tank, or even introducing a tank and acting like it has good armor, and even putting it in the armor of like one of their best armor videos. When this thing literally can't, like 9 out of 10 APF SDS shells, if they shot here, it's going to pin. It's going to do something. It may not kill you in the first shot, but it's going to do something. So it's just like the mouse. I believe they're going to nerf it to crap. They don't care. They want to add in more crap in the game that no one asks for. Not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying that they really have kind of bugged a lot of people, because a lot of people have been asking for, you know, people to be like, hey, you know, can you add in this tank or this when they add in complete opposites. I wish they'd listen to their community a little bit better. No offense, I'm not mad at Gadget. I like the game. The game is really fun to play. But they don't really listen to the fan base like they used to. They're kind of being a little bit wallet warrior right at the moment. Which, I mean, I can see because the world's kind of doing bad economically as far as coronavirus. But, you know, as big as this game is, they're not hurting. I don't know what they're complaining about. But yeah, so I'm going to get into some gameplay of this. I'm going to try not to talk about it. You can probably judge by the gameplay. I'm not a professional player, but you can see, you know, if you like this tank, if you think it's competitive for you, then at the end of the video I will go over my personal, probably kind of a little bit unbiased opinion of yes, it's good, or no, it's a piece of crap. So let's get to it. So I'm going to go towards A, because I believe that's generally one of the top tier tanks. I like to camp there for some reason. A lot of people go for A just because I think it's natural, because when you play this map usually you go for A. But to be honest, I've played a lot of rounds of this game and I don't really play this map that much. Yay. Oh, that's nice. I really wish War Thunder would understand that if a tank hit the side of a house, or even a side of concrete, it would go through it. Same with the shell. You know, adding in these buildings is pretty much pointless. I mean, technically, the tank could go through it. Okay, we got his gun. I should probably shot a little bit lower. I know he's right there. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, great, we got an AMX-30 Super. But yeah, that's what I mean by you're playing against premium tanks. You're playing against 9.0 premium tanks that are straight up overpowered baloney that they added into the game because, oh, we want cash. I get it, they need cash. But at the same time, please don't make premium tanks overpowered. Please don't. Because no one wants that. If you can pay $30, $40 and get the best tank in the game, why wouldn't you? I mean, if you really like this game that much, I mean, you could spend that money, you could get the best tank in the game and save thousands of hours of grind. Why wouldn't you? I mean, it's pretty obvious. You would. And that would make the game imbalanced. That's what they're doing. Then in the future, they're going to nerf the crap out of the tanks, make the people who own it feel like crap. That's why I'm saying they should probably understand, you know, it's kind of like they don't understand their own game, their own creation. They don't understand it. It's kind of funny. Oh, come on. Okay, so that round ended. Hopefully some of these top tier premium players will leave. I do like the IS-6, I do like the Optic 120, and I do like the Leopard L44, which I've all made videos on. But at the same time, they're not completely overpowered as much as, you know, some of the other premiums in the game. But I really believe that, you know, if a premium is going to be added in, it doesn't need to be more powerful than its own predecessor. Because it's kind of like the XM1. Unrealistic, really unrealistic. It has a better penetration value than the M1 Abrams? I mean, seriously? They had the same gun? I get it, they probably do have the same gun. That was the first Abrams ever built. But I feel like the Abrams also would have different shells. It's really odd this game only has APFSDS shells and stuff, like when there used to be a lot more variety of shells in Desert Storm from the M1A1 Abrams. But, I don't know. There's a lot of Sabo rounds and stuff, and really the only thing I see is APFSDS and EDFS and some sort of high explosive shell. I mean, they probably don't know exactly how everything works and how to program it and everything. I understand that. No offense. I mean, they've done an amazing job making this game. But if they want to keep their own creation alive, they're going to have to listen to their fan base. And when people say don't nerf something, don't nerf it. Not nerf it because you want to satisfy the... And this is what I'm saying, you know, okay, if you want to nerf the T-44 or the T-80U, I can see that. It's a free-to-play tank. You get it free. It's not like it's costing you anything. But for a tank that's already cost money, no limits. You cannot nerf it. You can't do nothing to it. You can improve it, but you can't nerf it. That's really just going against people from buying stuff from you. Like if I bought this, it was fun, and then you messed it up, you think I'm going to buy something else from you? I mean, just think about it. I mean, Gaijin, you need to understand that people who play your game are not going to buy more stuff from you if whatever they first buy is broke. I mean, you're going to have to understand that. I'm not hating on you, because I like your game. War Thunder's a really fun game, but I wish you would put a little bit more of your time into listening to the creators of videos and the people who are playing your game, other than some of your Russian bias and some stuff like that. Because there's a lot of crap in this game that has gone on. You know, people say there's Russian bias, there used to be. And now there's people are claiming German bias. I mean, I really don't believe there's a bias. I mean, in reality, you know, certain tanks are just going to be better than others. I mean, that's just straight up reality. Because you grinded that tank and it gets killed by the other tank that's better, that's not bias. But, you know, a lot of people used to believe it was bias when someone hacked the game, or someone got in the files of the game, somehow decrypted it, and they found like the Soviet tanks had twice a chance of ricocheting or something, which I can't prove it, but I read it on an article, so I don't know if it's true or not. But it sounds like it would be something that happened, because I mean, you shoot a Soviet tank a lot, they ricochet. I could imagine that in the early versions of the game, but at the same time, that was the early versions of the game, probably when the game wasn't even at North America, so it probably wasn't offending no one. And two, you know, because this tank might have 2 times the ricochet as, let's say, a first tier tank, because it has armor. So I mean, you know, you can't really imagine what way it's at. You know, this tank could have twice as much ricochet just because it's armor, or it could be they programmed the tanks to have twice as much ricochet. I mean, you really don't know what way they're taking it, or what way that person's saying it. So it could be that this tank just has or like a tank like this may have really good armor, so it has twice as much of a ricochet chance as comparison to something that has flat armor. So you don't know if they actually programmed it to have armor like that, or if they just made the tank have like ricochet values. So that's what I'm trying to say. What kind of leopard? 2A5? I don't know where that came from. I think it came from over here. Yep. So, right off the bat, I'm not playing as a pro. I'm just playing average. If I wanted to play hard, I could probably get a lot more kills. I'm mainly worried about talking and telling you, you know, my opinion of the tank. I did go over it being nerfed as far as going to 8.7, but I still believe it's competitive. I really do. But when this tank is, you know, on the marketplace for expensive prices, please, Gadget, add this tank back down to 8.3 when there's no one playing it, like in a year from now, please. Because if you would do that, you'd make the tank playable. But if you're not going to, it's kind of going to be like, you know, why would I grind your other event vehicles if I know they're going to be good for 2 months and then they're going to turn into complete garbage, or they're going to be average vehicles? I don't think event vehicles should ever be average. They should always be a little bit above average. If not, then I don't know how that Tiger 2 pinned me, but okay. Oh, I think he shot my gun. Yeah. I really hate that when that happens. I mean, it's okay for him. I don't get triggered when someone with a tank that's weaker than me shoots me there, because I mean, I know that's a good strategy. But when someone does that, with a T80U or something, it kind of gets annoying, because you're like, dude, you could just shot me in the side and one-shotted me, but you shoot my gun just to shoot my gun. That makes sense. So, okay, we got the cannon rebuilt. We're gonna have a crappy reload now because our loader and our gunner's both dead. I think. No, the gunner's still alive. I think we got our commander and our loader's dead. Which is kind of weird because they want to be realistic, like they claim to be. If your gunner, or if your loader and commander were dead, when your gunner had to reload the tank, he couldn't move the cannon. So you'd have to be reloaded before you could move the cannon. So that would be the more realistic route. I don't want to kill these small tier guys. I mean, it would make my kill count go up, but I don't really want to. The only reason I shot him is because I'm sure there's I think that's another tank behind him. I didn't want the other tank to come through. But I was actually wrong. So, let's go through here. Let's see. Okay, we got a Tiger 2, it looks like. Okay. Oh, I hit the hardest point of his entire armor right there on the peak of it. That was a really crappy shot. I mean, honestly, that was probably like a 1 out of 20 chance of that ever happening. That's a kill shot. Ooh, good. Ooh, Tiger actually got me. Well, my crew was dead. Let's see where he got me at. Okay, so he shot there. I don't really remember the turret ring being exposed, but okay. Must be something War Thunder must have nerfed on it again. I don't know. I mean, 9 times out of 10 with this tank, you'd kill, you know, most anyone you're going to face, because you just have that big cannon. You know, but I already had 2 of my crew members dead, so the reload was messed up. And as well as, you know, if I got shot there before, I would have been dead, but everyone was dead. So he basically didn't kill my driver, he killed my gunner. And then there's only there's only a driver, so the only thing the driver could do is drive a tank around. So I'm trying to see if we can find a T80 or something like that, because I want to show you, you can actually wreck them with this thing if you can get a good shot on them. Just don't see them anymore. I don't know if there's actually a T80 on the enemy team. There's a 2A5, which is going to be a lot harder to kill than a T80, as far as, you know, leopards. A lot of German players will hear the T90 like, oh, well, do we need to have the 2A6 when the 2A6 was made a lot earlier, or a lot later than the T90. T90's not that great. I mean, the T90's a little bit better than a T80U, but it's not like, you know, it's not like it has twice the penetration like the 2A7 and crap like that. So, yeah. So my personal opinion of this tank is it's a really fun tank to play, but at the same time, you know, Who keeps... How does he keep, like, pinning me? Has War Thunder really nerfed that turret that bad that a Tiger 2 can pin me now? Seriously. I think I'm getting shot from something over there, but at the same time, I shouldn't be getting shot enough to get killed. Oh yeah, it's him. He's the one who shot me. Okay, I was about to say, you know, if they nerf this thing so bad that a Tiger 2H can wreck you, just like there. Twice in a row now, killed by a Tiger 2H. I really don't see this thing as being competitive. Sure as heck not at 8.7. If you're gonna get killed by Tiger 2s, this thing needs to be a 7.0. I mean, come on, Thunder. I mean, you literally make everything that was decent to a piece of trash because you just don't listen to your players. Come on, open up your ears. Listen to the people. I'm gonna try to get one more kill, then I'll go back to the hangar, and I'll give a little bit more of an opinion of it, and go on from there. So this has kind of been an odd video. I didn't write a script for this, so I just been talking, you know, about some stuff I wish War Thunder would fix. And if they fixed it, it would not only fix this of the object when like of these, but it would keep premium tanks from just blowing away small. Oh, that's baloney. That is straight up baloney. I saw that, and I'll probably zoom in on the video. That literally hit the top of his side section, which is really thin. That would have killed him. Oh, wow. You're going to shoot my gun, too? Is that how much of a cheap shot you are? Okay. No offense. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't know if he was trying to shoot my turn or not, but a lot of times, if you're at a top tier tank, I don't know why you're afraid of tanks like this. You're afraid of like IS-6s and crap. You had like oh, they're going to pin me. It's like they're an IS-6. It's a 279. It's not going to kill you easy. I mean, it would take more than one shot on average. So and you can kill it in one shot and live. So I don't know why you panic so much. So I'm going to give you 2 reasons that you should buy it off the marketplace now, which you'd have to, and 2 you shouldn't. 2 you should is you're going to get a really fun tank to play around in custom battles, and it's going to really help you grind out the Soviet tech tree. But at the same time, it only has a research effectiveness from rank 5 to rank 7, so you're not going to get that far. So basically, if you're already here, you know, buy it, because you're going to be able to research all the way through here. But you don't get a talisman on event vehicles, so that'll be a 2,000 golden eagles, which isn't that much, but if you have 2,000 golden eagles, that'll really help you with this tank. So that was one reason, maybe it's 2, I think it's the first reason, I can't remember. Another reason why to buy it is this tank is probably going to go up in value, so maybe if you don't want to buy it for, you know, to play it, but you could buy it and maybe wait a year and sell it, and you could make, you know, probably possibly 200 to 300 Gadget coins, which you could trade for probably a year of premium account and probably buy a few premium tanks, so you could do that. 2 reasons you shouldn't buy it is if you don't like the tank, if you're expecting something to be straightly overpowered, which I'm giving you more than 2, just for, you know, the sake of it, if you're expecting the armor to be armor. Yes, the armor is armor at a down tier. Anything that has APFSDS, like I'll show you here, the XM1, which I think has the worst APFSDS of the premiums. Let me see if I can find it. XM1 General Motors. Let's go ahead and get the APFSDS shell. I mean, you can see that if he shoots you anywhere through here, you're dead. And this is a weakest one. And you have a chance of playing against stuff like the MBT-70. Or the XM1-803, I'm sorry. See if we can get... Which can shoot this, which is ultimately just going to blow you out of the air. And it's also going to have, and this is only a 9.0. This is literally 0.3 above your BR. So if you ever possibly ran into, like, let's say a Soviet T-72B with the APFS DS shell. I mean, look at that. Over there. That far over on the armor. A pin. Let's see if they can pin the turret. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. What happened to this being 800 millimeters? I mean, War Thunder, can you not understand your own programming? That literally, if you look at this, says it's 800 millimeters. Thicker than a T-72, but it's pinnable. I mean, look at that. Anywhere you shoot, boom. I get it, that's the maximum up tier. It should wreck it. But there's literally nowhere you can't shoot it. I mean, you literally just see it and be like, oh yeah, boom. You know, something's broken. Or you know, oh, he's coming around the corner. Oh, boom. I mean, that's just not fair. 8.5 maximum should be this tank's rating, even if that's not even such a thing. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Really, if you want to buy it, it's up to you. I would recommend it. It's a fun tank to play. At the same time, just don't expect it as good as the videos from Philly Daily or stuff like that, from or Fly Daily, sorry about that, from, you know, the past where the tank was in, you know, bottom tier tank battles, which it probably shouldn't have been to begin with. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this unbiased opinion, then please hit the like button, subscribe, and once again, I want to get this clear, I am not hating on Gadgeon, I'm not hating on anything that they do. I love their game, it's a really fun game to play, but at the same time, I'm just pointing out some points that they should worry about, such as listening to their players and fixing the things the players are asking, not what they want to. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.